Okay, so once you get logged in, I appreciate Mackenzie Mowry. I am using her account as if she's using it for the first time. This is the screen you're going to get. It's going to ask you this question. Do you want Google Chrome to save your password? And you want to say never for this site because you don't want to forget to log out sometime and have someone be able to get into your account. So click on that. And then it's going to ask you if you accept the policies that go with Google. And you want to accept and continue to my account. And when you first get into Google for the first time, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. And you'll notice that you are logged in right here. So now I'm in Google. Now what? Well, let's see. You're going to click on this little button right here that says Apps. And if you don't have it here, go ahead and click here. And you want to go to Drive. This is where you can create documents, folders, share things with each other or for your teacher. It'll list the activity, any activity that's happened in your drive each time. If you don't want to see that, you can exit out. And right over here, you'll see My Drive. You'll see Shared with Me, Starred, Recent, Trash, More, if you want items offline or anything. But you also see a Create and an Upload button. These are going to be really important because you're going to be able to create documents in Google. You're going to be able to share documents within Google. You can star them if they're very important, and then whenever you click on your starred button, they will come to the top. Recent will give you recent activities, and then trash is anything you've gotten rid of. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a folder. So click on Create, Folder. And for this folder, go ahead and title it 1314. That'll be this year. Class work. And actually, in front of the 1314, click back in front of the 1314 and put your initials capitalized. That way, when you share this folder with your teacher, she will know whose classwork it is, and she'll be able to look at anything you're working on any given time and give you feedback. So go ahead and click Create. And then when you go to My Drive, you'll notice there's your classwork folder. That's pretty awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open this folder and we're going to share it with your teacher. So click on the folder. And right up here, there's a button that says Share Folder. Click on that. And right now it says that you notice that it's private. You're the only one who can see this folder. You can share a link, but you would have to change the privacy setting. But what we're going to do is we're going to invite people to share your folder, or you're going to invite your teacher. So I'm going to use Miss Weber as the person I'm going to invite. If it's your teacher, you'll type in your teacher's name. When you start typing, you'll see that there's a list of things that pop up. So I have a lot of Ericas that are in NEISD. So I'm going to put a space and I'm going to start typing the last name as well. Once you start typing your teacher's name, make sure you find the address for the teacher who's actually yours. So I'm going to click on this because I know this is Miss Weber's email address. And because you're doing this with your teacher, you don't need to notify them by sending an email. If there's ever anything you do create that you want to share with your teacher, you can notify them and they'll get an email that says you created something and shared it with them. Now, you'll notice you have an option right here. You can let Miss Weber edit the things that are in the folder, or just view the things that are in the folder. And since it's your teacher and she may want to be able to use some of your documents in some way, we're going to let your teacher edit. If you're ever sharing an item with one of your friends for them to look at and you don't want them messing with it, make sure you click only the view. So we're going to click Share and Save. And it's going to say, do you want to skip the invitation? Yes, because you don't need to send them an email because they're with you. So click OK. And now you see that it's changed. Mackenzie has the access to this folder, and so does Miss Weber. So we're going to say Done. Now, when Miss Weber goes into her account next and she clicks on Shared with Me, she's going to see a ton of folders. Well, what's great is she can make a folder and put all of those folders inside so that it doesn't take up a lot of room and look messy on her drive. So now that we've created a folder, let's create something in that folder. When you see that this folder is red, and you click the Create button, it will put it automatically in that folder, and that will mean it's automatically shared with your teacher. If you want to work on something that you don't want your teacher to have access to, make sure you're just in the My Drive. Then when you create something, she won't necessarily have access to it. So if you want to work on a schedule for your baseball team or something like that, you could do that in just your regular drive. When people share things with you, when you click on Shared with Me, they will show up there. Right now, no one shared anything with Mackenzie, but that may change. So we're going to go back to classwork, and we're going to create our first document. So you click on Create. Document is just like Word. It's a document you can type in, you can insert pictures. It's just like a Word document that you'd use on the computer. So we're going to click on that. And every time you click on that, you're going to get this message. And what it's telling you is when you create this document, it's going to be shared with the person who the folder is shared with, which is your teacher. So if you don't see that, then your teacher won't have access to it. So make sure you see that and click Create and Share. And now you see that you have a document, just a plain Word document. The first thing you always want to do with a new document is title it. To title it, you just click right up here. It'll let you rename it. So I'm going to rename this MW Test. When you're renaming something or doing something for your teacher, it's always a good idea to put your, and it should be MM, sorry, Mackenzie. It's always a good idea to put your initials so that your teacher, when she has it open, those initials will be there and she knows what she's looking at. So say she gave you a report on Texas history. You could put MM Texas history. That way she'll know what it is, but we're just going to call this test. So as you can see, you can type in this. You can insert images, links, equations, drawings, tables, everything you could do in a Word document. It's right here. It does do spell check. You can see that it's underlined. It has all of the functionality that Word has, but this is the best part. Now that Mackenzie has logged in here at school and created this document, she can go home. And if she didn't get to finish it in class, she can log into Google at home, and this document will be there for her to work on. So we don't have to send disks or jump drives or anything like that anymore because all of these documents will always be there at your disposal. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out, which will take me back to Mackenzie's Drive. The other things you can create is you can create a presentation, which is like a PowerPoint. You can create a spreadsheet, which is a good way to keep track of information. You can create a form, which your teacher may or may not want to talk to you about later. Drawings. This is a new option that just showed up today, and I don't know what it is. So, that would be something interesting to check out at some point. But right now, you can see that these two people Mackenzie's the owner, Erica Weber is the editor. That's who can edit and do everything in this folder. So that's all we're going to talk about today. I think that's a lot. You're probably a little overwhelmed already. But I love Google, and I think you will really enjoy using it. Thanks so much.